So what you
I'm saying you did, man. I told you from the beginning, this is your chance to tell us what happened. We wasn't there.
The man hit me with a damn, I remember my damn foot, man. The man really grabbed my dick, man.
This is Timothy Lee Floyd, a career ex-con who has just murdered his own neighbor, yet seems far more preoccupied with protecting his image as a straight man than confronting the gravity of what he's done.
How did you do that? Did you lay down or
I was laying down.
Where?
On my sofa.
You was laying down on the sofa?
Yes, sir.
And how'd he grab your dick?
On January 25th, 2020, 37-year-old Timothy Lee Floyd sat across from detectives, attempting to explain his connection to Jonathan Spooner, a man who had been found dead just hours earlier. What Timothy didn't seem to grasp was that investigators weren't questioning his sexuality. They were investigating him for murder. And before long, detectives would uncover evidence too overwhelming to ignore proof that what happened to Jonathan was no accident. The man who projected toughness and denial would eventually unravel. Jonathan Spooner, 28, was a graduate of Florida State University and someone loved ones described in nearly identical terms: bright, kind, and effortlessly likable. So, when he suddenly disappeared around January 22nd, 2020, alarm bells rang immediately. The last person to hear from him was a co-worker he had promised to give a ride to a ride he never showed up for. In the days that followed, calls to Jonathan went straight to voicemail. Messages piled up unanswered. Then, on January 25th, the Tallahassee Police Department received alerts from Jonathan's home security system. Fearing a burglary or a possible squatter, officers went to investigate. Instead, they found Jonathan dead in the front yard of his own home, his body wrapped in layers of blankets and plastic sheets. Jonathan had no known enemies and no ongoing disputes, but one person quickly stood out his neighbor directly across the street: 37-year-old Timothy Lee Floyd. Timothy's criminal history was extensive armed robberies, drug offenses, grand theft, burglaries. When detectives reviewed surveillance footage from Jonathan's last known stops, they noticed something striking. In the hours before he vanished, Jonathan had been wearing a black Cush hoodie. When officers later spoke with Timothy, he was wearing that exact hoodie. Detectives immediately secured a warrant to search Timothy's home and took him into custody to determine his role in Jonathan's death. What they didn't anticipate was how stubbornly he would cling to his story. After serving Timothy with both an arrest warrant and a search warrant, officers read him his Miranda rights and began questioning him about Jonathan.
He sent you a friend request, you accepted. When was the first time y'all met in person? It doesn't have to be exact, man.
About a month after that.
So about a month after? Okay, tell me about that. Where'd y'all meet?
Okay, we met at my house.
Okay, so he came to your house?
He came to my house because he was trying to sell some Adderall.
Okay, so he sells Adderalls?
Yeah, he sells Adderall. He was trying to get me to get somebody to help him sell some Adderall.
Okay, so
but I told him I don't know nobody selling Adderall. I mean, buy Adderall because I don't do prescription drugs or none of that. I don't sell drugs, period. Okay. So.
Which is a good thing, obviously.
Yeah. So you know, but you know,
well,
he'll text me like 4 or 5 times a day.
He would text you 4 or 5 times a day?
Yeah.
All right. What's your phone number?
But we don't have each other's phone number.
All right. Well,
so it's on Messenger.
It's on Facebook Messenger. Okay. So all right, that's what you mean by text. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. All right, well, let's go back to the first time he comes to your house. He's coming over there to see if you know anybody to help him sell some Adderalls?
Right.
Okay. Did he ask you that on Facebook first, or why come to your house to do that?
Right. He came to my house to do that, because you don't talk like that on Facebook.
Okay. All right. So about how long was he there? A minute, or did y'all hang out, or?
We sat down and talked for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then he left.
All right. Do you remember that conversation at all? Or?
I sat down and talked to him. I didn't know he was gay.
Okay.
You know? So, that kind of just, I was like, yeah, you gotta go.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, then he left.
Right.
But then after that, you guys continued to talk. You said about 4 or 5 times a day he'd hit you up?
See, after that, we had got straight.
Okay. What would y'all talk about on a daily basis?
He'll just give me, like, encouraging words, like uplifting, things like that. I give him thumbs up, okay, you know.
Okay.
Then my car broke down.
All right. How long ago was that?
My water pump went out in around Thanksgiving.
Okay, man, that's a bad time of year for that to happen.
Yeah.
A lot of family gatherings.
That was I was getting in process of getting it fixed now. But anyway, I cashed out. I text him. I cash out and tell him to take me to work.
So did you pay him to take you to work?
I pay him to take me to work. I cash out. I give him like $10. Then it got to the level, right, where he was like, "No, could you just let me stay the night, and then we'll be straight." I was like, "Man, that's cool." But then it got to the point like he started trying to do that all the time. So I asked him, man, I said, "Damn, man, what, you homeless?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, listen, man, this is what I do for you, man. I let you stay here at least twice a week, but you ain't finna stay here all the time."
Okay. So would he stay there twice a week?
He'll stay 2 days a week.
Okay.
And then the 2 days a week he'll take a shower because he ain't have nowhere to bathe or nothing of that.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay. And then I gave him some clothes.
Okay.
I gave him a blanket.
Okay.
I gave him some sheets.
All right. So let's talk about this. So he stays at your house twice a week. When that happens, where does he sleep? Is it the same place every time? You got a spot for him?
Yep. It's in the bathroom. It's a mattress in my bedroom.
To understand the full context, detectives revisited the relationship between the two men. Jonathan was openly gay. In 2018, his long-term boyfriend, the man he called the love of his life, passed away from a brain tumor at 33. In tribute, Jonathan often used the name Johnny Jackson, adopting his partner's last name. By 2019, he publicly stated he would never date again. Jonathan met Timothy through Facebook in late 2019. The two grew close quickly. Timothy allowed Jonathan to stay at his home in exchange for rides to work, and Jonathan occasionally helped him financially.
I guess he was just giving it to me.
Well, what did he say when he gave it to you?
He was like, "Man, you good." You asked me, did I need some more? I was like, "No."
Did he only get $20 or did he get more?
No, he just got 20.
Okay, so he goes, he gets you up, he's happy, he gets his paycheck, y'all go to McDonald's, he gets some hotcakes, he's buying for you.
Right.
Then he goes over to the bank.
The Gap City Bank.
Gap City Bank.
Yes, sir.
And he goes there for no other reason just to get you that 20.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, he's a generous guy. All right, so where do you guys go after that Cap City Bank?
Back to my house. I go back to my house. He said, "Can I take a shower before I go to work?"
Okay.
I said, "Go ahead, man."
All right.
No. And then he called his another coworker.
Called another coworker.
I don't know what her name was, but he was asking her, did she need a ride to work?
Okay.
And then he was on the phone for a minute. Boom.
Okay.
Then he told me, he said, "Man, I'm finna go to Walmart." No, he said he wanted to get a haircut first.
A haircut for work? What time do you normally go to work?
Like 9.
Where are you gonna go get a haircut for 9?
So you can get there's a couple places you can go. This is around like 7 o'clock.
Okay.
This is around like 7 o'clock. He said we're gonna get a haircut for work. He said he need to go to Walmart. And he said he gotta go get his brother.
Okay.
He said he let his brother hold his car.
Given that closeness, Timothy's silence when Jonathan's body was discovered was suspicious. Even more troubling, officers had already spoken to Timothy when Jonathan first went missing. During that initial conversation, he was vague and avoided key details detectives were now prepared to press him on. When investigators pulled Jonathan's financial records alongside surveillance footage, most transactions aligned with Timothy's version of events. Jonathan stopped at Circle K, then McDonald's, then an ATM. In each recording, Jonathan made the purchases himself.
When you what?
When I stopped hearing from him.
When did you stop hearing from him?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Was he supposed to come back Wednesday night?
Nah.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't supposed to, but it just ain't right for me not to hear from him. Cause like every day he was like.
You sent a message asking what's up?
Yeah.
Okay. He text you back?
No.
He didn't say nothing?
No. Thursday either. Or Friday.
No text, no nothing.
Nope.
He come around again to get him a shower or anything?
Nope.
That's last
And
time.
he had dropped the debit card.
What do you mean he dropped his debit card?
That's what I said. He dropped his debit card.
Where at?
At my house on the porch.
He dropped his debit card
Yes,
at the house on your porch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You still got it? Is that the house?
I picked it up.
Okay. You holding on to it for him?
Yes, sir.
Did you text him, hey man, I got your debit card?
Nope.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I wait for him to come back. I know I'm going to hear from him.
Well, you worried about him, right? You're like, hey man, what's up? Where you at?
What's
I got
up?
your debit card.
Yes, I asked him.
You asked him
where he was at.
You asked him where he was at?
Yeah, because he was supposed to come back.
So
I know he was coming back.
Well, when he left, did he like pick a day that he was coming back for this like twice a week deal y'all got going on?
No, I know. You know I'm going to work. See, like I said, we got to understand. If you get my phone, you'll understand me more.
Okay, and that may be something that may be something we can work on, Mr. Floyd. But so I'm just trying to understand. So
that's what I really want.
He leaves Wednesday, so he's at that house. He leaves Wednesday. I heard what you saying about him going. He drops the debit card.
Right.
You send him a message saying, "Hey man, concerned about you. Hey man, where you at?"
Right.
Did you do that every day?
Yes, sir.
Every single day.
Yes, sir.
You message him, "Hey, where you at? Where you at?"
Yes, sir.
Did you do it today?
No, I ain't do it today.
Okay, so not every day. How about yesterday?
I ain't do it. I seen him on the news.
You saw him on the news?
Yeah, I seen you with that.
Okay. All right, so what's the last day you did it?
Huh?
What's the last day you did it that you sent a message to?
It was late Friday, man.
Friday. So you see him on the news when you saw him?
I seen him on the news. No matter of fact, I seen him on Facebook.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
What did you see on Facebook?
I was checking his page and I seen it was missing.
So it was missing?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a reason to text him even more?
But listen. Remember I told you he was finna go to Madison. He said he was finna leave everything and go to Madison.
No, you didn't say that. You said that he had gone to Madison the weekend before. You said he took the shower. You said he was going to go to work. You said he was going to get a haircut. And then he was going to go to Walmart. You didn't say he was going back to Madison.
Okay, listen. He said he wanted to leave and just go to Madison, period.
Oh,
he was tired of everything around here. And he just wanted to up and leave and just go to Madison. But, see, I wasn't concerned about him, though.
Sure.
Because I know he all right.
Well, just to be fair, that's different than you say him going to Walmart, get his toiletries, getting his haircut so it looks good.
That's what he was doing Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so because if I'm going to get my haircut so it looks good for work, I ain't going to skip out on work and bounce over to Madison.
But listen to me. I understand what you're saying.
I'm just trying to understand.
I don't know if he like, because he's crazy like that sometimes. He'll just flip out like that.
Like, he'll just skip work sometimes?
I ain't never known him to skip work, though. I ain't never known him to skip. I know he didn't like it.
Okay. Well, tell me more about when you say he's crazy like that. What you mean?
Sometimes, like, he'll get on them pills.
On what? The Adderall pills he was selling?
Yeah,
what else?
Get on them.
He doing anything else?
What's the one that started with a V?
But on January 23rd, after Jonathan had already disappeared, another transaction appeared at a dollar store. That purchase was not made by Jonathan. Somehow, Jonathan's debit card was later found lying in Timothy's front yard. Shortly after, Jonathan's Nissan Rogue was located abandoned in the Scent Systems parking lot on January 25th. Surveillance footage showed a man wearing a yellow rain jacket, black pants, and white slides parking the SUV in the early morning hours. The man then casually walked away, heading in the direction of Timothy's house. When detectives searched Timothy's trash, they recovered his birth certificate, the same yellow rain jacket, and a pair of blue latex gloves missing a fingertip matching a glove fragment discovered near Jonathan's body. Additional surveillance footage showed Timothy wearing that same jacket while using Jonathan's debit card.
We have him on video going back towards your house wearing that rain jacket, and you throw this away?
I don't got nothing to do with that, sir.
Okay. So there's no way on earth, prints, DNA, nothing of yours is going to be on that?
No.
Okay.
Despite the mounting evidence, Timothy refused to fully confess. For someone who has been incarcerated more times than most people, Timothy still hadn't figured out how to cover his tracks. Over the next several minutes, detectives continued pressing him from every angle.
His body's found literally across the street from your house. It's not like on the other side of Tallahassee. It's across the street from your house.
Right.
You got his debit card.
Right.
Right.
Trying to wear him down. The only admission they were able to extract was that he had used Jonathan's debit card. But once investigators obtained the cell phone records and completed the full analysis of the house search, they finally had the leverage they needed to break at him.
I know that's where Spooner's at. You gotta move your couch if you're gonna clean, bro. What's that? Here's a closer look. What's that?
What's that, man?
Jonathan died from severe blunt force trauma to the head, struck 7 to 8 times. The injuries indicated not a struggle, but a deliberate and overwhelming attack. Although Timothy denied attempting to burn the body, investigators found soot and fuel residue on Jonathan's remains, suggesting a failed effort to destroy evidence.
Listen, man, I ain't intentionally trying to do that to that man.
And that's what we're trying to do. So you gotta tell. That's why I told you gotta be honest.
I ain't intentionally trying to do that to that man. Well, shit, man, he ain't really leave me no damn choice, man.
In 2022, Timothy Floyd was convicted of manslaughter in the killing of 28-year-old Jonathan Spooner, as well as credit card theft and fraudulent use of personal identification for using Jonathan's money after his death. On March 7, 2023, he was sentenced to life in prison, with a mandatory minimum of 30 years before becoming eligible for release. That sentence ensured he would never again have the opportunity to manipulate his way out of accountability.